we want to look at how can we select observations in Stata. The idea is that we don't want to run the command on the entire data set, but rather we want to run it on some specific observations in the data set. Now, there are two ways we can go about selecting specific observations in the data set. The first is in and the second is if. We'll start with in. Now, in selects by observation number, where the in qualifier is followed by range of observations. So in is always going to select observations based on the number in the data set. We place in at the end of the command before the options, I just before the comma. Because in Stata in commands, after comma you specify options. So just before you put the comma, you use the in qualifier to select which subset of observations do you want the command to run on. So now if we want to select a specific observation, like say the fifth observation, then we'll use in5. Let's look at this example. We want to list the second observation. So after list, I don't want to list all the observations in the data set. So we're going to specify what specific, so we're going to select some specific observations that we want using if for in. We're going to use in this case. So we're going to do list into. What this is going to do is this is only going to run the command list for the second observation. Oh, sorry, we not run the data sets. It seems not to. So the data set we've run, now we do list into. So see, this is only listed the second observation because we've told Stata that we don't want to run this command for the entire data set. We want to only run it for some specific observation which is specified using in. Similarly, we want to summarize price for the, So what if we want to select a range like 6th to 10th observation? Then we will do in 6/10. So this is telling Stata to run whatever command we have on the 6th to the 10th observation and not on the entire data set. So over here, so when like say you want to summarize price of the first 5 observations, like if I just do summarize, that's going to run the command for the entire data set for all the observations. But say we want to summarize it only for the first 5 observations, so we'll tell Stata if we just do summarize price, right? This is going to summarize price for the entire data set. But if you want to do it only for the first 5 observations, then we're going to select the first 5 observations, in this case using if. So it will be summarize price in 1/5. So this is telling Stata to only run the command summarize price for the first 5 observations. Like you can see over here, it's only for the first 5 observations. And then if you want to use in to select last 10 observations, then you can do it like this. In, then we write a -10 and then /L. And here L, this is L, which stands for last over here. So for example, you want to drop the last 15 observations. So we will do drop, then we'll do in, and we're telling Stata to drop the last 15 observations -15/L CTID. So 15 observations completed. So in this way, we can use in to select the observation number because we don't want to run the command for the entire data set. You don't want to list all observations in the data set, only a specific observation. You don't want to summarize price for all for the entire data set, but only for the first 5 observations, right? So in this case, we can use in, and you can either select a specific observation or a range as well. But keep in mind that in cannot be used to select non-consecutive observations. Over here, when you are selecting ranges, the ranges were consecutive, like 6 to 10, like first 5, last 10, and so on, right? So if you have non-consecutive observations, then in that case, then we would have to use some of the alternatives.